cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know.
What's up, good people, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. I'm your host, EP106, along with Freddie G, K Money, and Slash. Collectively, we are the Mind of Men. I want everybody that's on YouTube to go out and subscribe and click the like button. Follow us on X at 52 Scott Podcast and on IG and Facebook at the 52 Scott Podcast. And welcome to another edition of Think Thursday. This week's episode. Y'all can keep that going while I talk about the NBA rules. So brought to you by oh
Fred,
man,
you almost got that back.
Yeah, right. We did, yeah. So this week, man, I have a few friends that I actually reached out to, and we just got to chopping it up about the NBA, and some kind of way we got on the subject of the rules. And a couple of people made some very good statements about rules that could possibly be changed in the NBA, which this also comes along the side. I don't know if you guys know, allegedly, Adam Silverman is going to possibly implement the 4-point line in the NBA next year. And then not only that, they were supposed to go from 12-minute quarters to 10-minute quarters, if I'm not mistaken. Allegedly. I don't know how true that is. So what do y'all think about the 4-point line, first of all?
I don't think that they should. You know what, man?
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. And sometimes, man, you can take away from that old school mystique.
Exactly.
Or whatever.
And that's exactly what I think it would do.
And it's turning too
taken
much
away from the game.
It's taken away from the game.
From what made us fans of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't have no more big men. And the big men that we do have, they're shooting threes. You look at the guy from Philly, he shoots threes. Look at Jokic from the Joker from Denver, he shoots threes. Towns from New York, he shoots threes.
Yeah, this new generation, I mean, they're shooting them so easy which is why they are considering this. But again, I'm not a fan and wouldn't be a fan if they did incorporate it.
Now, I don't know if it was the alcohol that got us deeply talking about these rules, but here's a couple of go ahead.
Alcohol.
Yeah, alcohol.
Who was drinking?
Oh, we was drinking it. We was watching. Matter of fact,
Who
I
was
think
we?
it was few of the fellas from the job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we were drinking and we were watching at one of the sports bars. Can't want to put the name out there. They're not paying us yet. So, but they came up with some great rules, and it made me got me to thinking, and I'm like, you know what, this could be a good subject to talk about on the podcast. So this one, y'all gonna probably think it's crazy, but I think it's a great idea. Assist. This is dealing with assist in the NBA. Now, in order for a person to go to the free throw line, they have to be fouled. So, Freddie G, say you pass the ball to me, and I go in for a layup, but I miss, and I go to the free throw line, and I shoot 2 free throws. Currently, you would not get an assist for that, right? Say I go to the free throw line and I only
So you're saying the free throw should be counted as
assist?
I don't like that.
Listen, I said the same thing until somebody said to me, well, in the NFL, they get a half a sack. Even if you miss one free throw, you can get a half a free throw, a half an assist. And if you hit both free throws, that's a full assist. Because in order for me to have gotten to the free throw line, Freddie G passed the ball to me and laid it up. Had I hit it, it was an assist for him, right? So if you go to the free throw line and you hit both your free throws, it should be a full assist for Freddie G. Or if I only hit one, and half an assist.
I stand corrected. I like that.
I can see where you're coming from, but let me ask you.
Mm-hmm.
What was the reason you got to the free throw line?
You passed it to me on a.
No, you got fouled.
And I got fouled.
Okay. When I passed it to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would that pass be the reason you're going to the free throw line?
Nope. The pass.
Okay.
Yes. The pass from
Was
you.
it,
Go
hear
ahead.
what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
If I passed the ball to you,
Mm-hmm.
would that be the reason you're going to the free throw line?
No, it'll be
Okay.
it'll be the
Okay.
foul.
Okay.
Mhm. Okay.
The reason you're going to the free throw line is because of what?
Because of the foul.
Now, so did the foul get you to the free throw line? And if that's the case, then that's the person who assisted you in getting to the free throw line.
The other teammate.
I'm not saying give him the assist.
Yeah.
I'm not saying give the other team the assist. What I'm saying is the team member, the other team, is who assisted you in getting to the free throw line. The passing of the ball wasn't the reason you got to the free throw line. The reason you got to the free throw line is the other team fouled you. I'm not saying give the other team an assist, but the other team is the reason you got to the free throw line. That's who assisted you in getting to the free throw line.
Okay, had I just say you passed me the ball and I didn't get fouled and I got the points, you get the assist, right? You get the assist. You get the assist.
Yeah, because it's still in play. The play stopped when you got fouled.
I actually like that idea, though. I didn't originally, but then when you mentioned, for hitting both free throws, it's an assist. But if you hit one out of the two, it's
you
a
get
half an assist.
because you get a half a sack. So
I ain't trying to affiliate it with football, but
Right.
they did make a little more sense to me, and I could see that, but that would what they pad the numbers.
Stats.
it would pad stats, and then that was the next thing. I'm glad you said that, K Money. Somebody said I said the same thing. I said, well, that's gonna pass stats, and said, what about the pass stats? He said, well, all the games are recorded, so they could just hire a team to go back, and it would benefit the card makers. You know how they make those NBA cards? I forget what they call them, but they have the baseball cards, the NBA cards, with all
It
that.
wouldn't benefit them now with the tariffs.
Yeah. So you'll have the original cards and you'll have the new cards with the new stats. So the original cards would probably be more expensive.
Of course.
So it would be beneficial in both ways. So I thought that would be a great idea. So if anybody's from the NBA listening, I think you should account those free throws as assists as well, because in order for that person to get to the line and the ball was dished to them and it was open, and then somebody just drag you from, how they used to do back in the day. They used to really foul you back in the day. They used to beat you up.
Well, they doing it now.
Yeah, they doing it now, especially in this current NBA. It's changed in the playoffs. You know this, right? It's changed, man. They're not calling.
I heard you mention earlier, Comedian 96, in regards to the time of the game, changing it from
12 minutes to 10-minute quarters.
I'm not a fan of that either.
No, I'm not either.
That's
You
taken
shorten
away
the
from
game.
for those that actually love the game.
Yeah, I don't.
And it's becoming more exciting now.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna say more, but it's just an exciting game to watch. So why take away from the fans?
Exactly, because it's only 12 minutes now. Why don't you up it to 15 minutes? That'd be 30 minutes a quarter, and then do like the NBA and let the time keep running. Just not just the NBA. I think in college as well. Just
When it's like a blowout.
Yeah, just let the time just keep running. Don't do the 2-minute stuff. Just let the time keep going. Here's another one. Now this is a good one. Shot clock violation, stopping the fast break. Houston got penalized that quite a bit because Golden State were getting quite a bit of shot clock violations.
Oh, and they were stopping them
They
from.
were stopping the fast break. So what do y'all think about that? So the shot clock, because Houston could have really won a couple of these games because of the shot clock.
Nah, I don't think they would have won in regards to the shot clock violations, but
it stops play. Once that shot clock goes off, it stops play. So
okay, what you
Houston
just
was
said.
already
What you just said. Once it goes off, it's there for a reason.
right.
So once it goes off,
but
it stops play.
Listen, if they grab the ball before the shot clock goes off and then they pass it to half court and then shot clock violation, they already halfway up the court.
No, it's not going off halfway up the court.
That's what was happening. That's why we. This is actually why we own this. It should have been the very first one I mentioned, but this is the actual reason why we own this, and this is how we got it started. Because Houston had a bunch of fast breaks where they didn't pass half court, but they were at half court, and then they have to go take it out.
The buzzer going off possibly when the ball is being passed to the man that's on the break. Mm-hmm. Now, if the buzzer goes off, and let's say they didn't get the rebound, the opposing team didn't get the rebound. Let's say that they did get the rebound. However, the clock went off prior to them grabbing the rebound. Then that's when the play should stop. Now, if they grabbed the rebound before the clock went off, it shouldn't be a violation. And you saying that it is?
It is a violation. So what happens is, if you haven't crossed the half court line or the other side, and the clock goes off, then
that's a violation.
And it's a violation on Golden State. However, it penalizes you from stopping your fast break. You'll have a 3-on-1, but because you didn't cross the finish the half court line, they'll just say that, and then now you got to take it out. So now Golden State's able to set up in their defense.
So that rebound doesn't count either. Then
no, you get. You know what? I don't know. Don't get me the line. That rebound may not count. It's
there's
possible.
No way it could count if they stop and play.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if they're stop and play, yeah, I think that's unfair because I got the rebound. I passed it out to half court. I got a 3-on-1, and because I didn't cross half court, you're gonna penalize me. But you're breaking up my 3-on-1 to where I could have gotten an easy layup or a 3. They need to fix that. They need to fix it. If you grab the rebound before that shot clock goes off, they should be able to go ahead and run their fast break.
I don't think possession is really. I don't think they really have possession, which is why the clock is going off. You know what I'm saying? I think the ball is kind of bouncing around and people are jumping to try to get the rebound, but I don't think the Rockets did actually have.
Next Rocket game, it's going to happen because Golden State's been turning that ball over quite a bit.
Hit me up when you see it happen because we're going to debate it then.
Yes, there you go.
After the game, actually, because I don't talk during the game.
All right, here's a few from AI, man, and that I found interesting. And this is the one I've always, I hate to say LeBron brought it up. It's that load managing resting the stars. Fans pay, and this is exactly what I said. Fans pay to see the LeBron James, the Jokers, the Jamal Murrays, who else? The Devin Mitchell, not Devin Mitchell. They pay to see the superstars. Yeah, so you got to understand. If I pay $175 to see LeBron James, Houston play the Lakers, and LeBron decides I'm gonna take off today. When he get to Houston, that's not fair to me or anybody else that done paid $175. It's almost like you go to a concert and I'm expecting to see Beyonce, but I don't know, Escape come out there. That's not fair. It's not. I asked to see Beyonce. It's the same thing. LeBron is supposed to be playing. And look, man, you're out here to play basketball. There's people out here that work.
It's not fair.
Go to work.
This normally happens around playoffs, correct?
No, period. During the season.
I would have an issue with it during the season. It has nothing to do with injuries.
No, it has nothing to do with injuries. It said for rest purposes. That will be in their description. For rest purposes, LeBron will not play. Well, for rest purposes.
You mentioned LeBron. How many years he done played?
Well, he's the one that brought up this rest. That's who started.
Everybody's not gonna be playing as long as him.
So check it out, man. During the regular season for rest purposes, man. Mm-hmm. See, here's the stuff that fans miss. Just because an injury, just because you don't know about an injury, doesn't mean that person isn't injured, or that person has a little tweak or something that could be worse if you don't rest it.
Facts.
And so A lot of fans don't know that, and don't even give that in consideration when they're upset because using LeBron as an example,
Okay.
or any superstar. But for the sake of the conversation, using LeBron as an example, you're just a fan may be upset because LeBron didn't play. But the truth of the matter is, if you are a fan of a team, you coming to see your team. Yeah, of course you would want to see the star or whatever the case may be, but you still, hey, I'll come to see my team. I come to see the Rockets play.
If I'm not mistaken, LeBron sat out not just him, let's not just put it on LeBron, but quite a few players have sat out quite a bit of games.
But again,
it's 26 games.
like Freddie G said, though, it could be due to an injury that they just never mentioned.
They don't report. Okay, let me show you something. Let's say you're not injured, right? Let's say you're not hurt. But you know that there's a such thing that you could be so fatigued and muscle soreness to where you wouldn't even be effective on the floor.
That's true.
You wouldn't even be effective. How many times have you went to go, okay, I'm sure that some of y'all have experienced where you may have went to wash your car or wash your truck or whatever. And we're a little up in age now. And you digging down, you done been down and got them rims real good, and you taking care of that and busting that vehicle down. Now the next day you wake up and you're like, damn, I'm sore as hell.
Now back.
Yeah.
I'm sore as hell. Man, I ain't going nowhere today. I'm just gonna chill. Cause I don't feel like walking. I don't feel like moving. Hey, could you bring me some water? I don't feel like getting up. You know what you're doing? You're resting.
So
because you're sore.
this goes back to my work versus play title, my topic back, I think it was last year. They play. We work. Can you, if you were a coal miner, man, this coal is getting into my lungs. I can't come to work for 46 days. You fired.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
Since you're going back to your work versus play episode, and I do remember it, but here's what you failed to mention during that particular episode. I also told you that when you're that coal miner, you have what they call PTO, and you could.
You don't have 46 days worth.
You could.
I do.
No, that's the job you signed up for. Well, the job this basketball player signed up for, because it is a job. You're looking at it from a fan standpoint.
Right.
No, it's
Right.
work. This is their job, and this is one of the perks that comes with my job, especially if I'm a superstar.
Now it shouldn't come with it because you only
No,
playing
see,
you're only playing
how you
basketball
gonna
for 5
how
months
you
out
gonna
of the
tell-
year.
You looking at it as a
You're
fan,
looking at it
though.
from a
You're
fan
playing
standpoint.
basketball 5 months of the year, and you're playing.
You're looking
That's
at it from a
difference.
fan
This is their
standpoint.
profession.
Okay,
This is their profession.
All right.
You're looking at it from a fan standpoint.
I'm always
One other thing before you move on.
Go ahead.
One other thing. You own an NBA team, right?
yes.
And there's 10 games left in the regular season, right? You're sitting with the number 1 seed, right?
Right.
And no one can catch you because you got everybody by a 20-game lead. Now, all of your players been busting their butt. Now, in order to risk injury, because you know can't nobody catch you, would you put your star player out there when there's nothing for them to play for and risk his leg getting broke before playoffs?
I would say before on the first quarter only, because I don't want you to rust. I don't want you to rust.
That's fine. You said the first quarter on.
First quarter only.
Why are you taking them out for the third, fourth, and fifth? I mean, second, third, and fourth.
Because
quarter?
it's really nothing to play for, but I don't want you to get rusty.
Okay,
I don't
okay.
want you to get rusty.
That's what practice for.
Exactly, the practice.
Nah.
That's what the shoot around is
No,
for.
not when you're playing different other teams. You need to play other people, not the people you're familiar with.
That first quarter, we're not going to make
And
that
practice
big of a
with
difference.
people you're familiar with playing
what do you
with.
think they do? What do you think they do all year? They practice. They're not practicing. They have preseason against other people that they're not familiar with. And other than that, they're practicing against themselves and watching film.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about?
Okay, clear path foul. The clear path foul is confusing. The interpretations and game-changing calls.
I know you want to change.
Yes. What fans want simply the rule to avoid controversy or eliminate it altogether. What y'all think about the clear path?
What's confusing about it?
Well, they have so many versions of it. They have the clear path. They have the you know what?
I mean, from my understanding, it just like it sounds clear path foul.
Yeah, if guys, they should have kept it the way it was. They changed it now, but if I'm ahead and I'm dribbling, and I'm finna go get a layup, and I
you
pull
get
your
fouled.
jersey from the back, I'm pulling you from behind or something.
Right.
That's clearly a clear path, and it should be that and that
Okay,
only.
what happens if a person get a clear path foul? What's the reward for the other team?
One shot in the ball. One shot, and that team gets the ball. The person on that team that got fouled gets the ball.
Okay. Are you saying that you don't want the clear path foul?
No, I do, but the way they're doing it now, I think
The way they're doing it now?
Yeah, they
you
go-
just explained it.
they review too much. Is what I should say.
Okay. So the issue with the clear path foul is that when it happens,
Reviewing.
the reviewing part of it is what you don't like.
Yes,
So they
the
stop and
review
play to
review.
review
Stop
it.
and play, review.
So are you saying that you want to get rid of the clear path foul altogether, or are you saying that they need to come up with a better way to make a ruling on the clear path foul without going
to the
for
review.
the review?
Yeah. Come up with it. Look, when it's clear, if it's clear, it's a clear path foul. Call the call, give them the shot, give them the ball out, and let's move on. Let's cut out all that review stuff.
Now, how many referees they have on the court at the time during the game? It's 4 of them, right?
I thought it was 3.
3 of them.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a question. So, I know we're speaking of clear path foul, but in the case of the clear path foul, the main topic in regards to the clear path foul is the review of it because it's slowing the game down. Now, we know that years ago, review wasn't into play. Do you know why, just in your own words, do you know why review has been implemented not only in the NBA, but the
in the
NFL
NFL
as well? Why is review being implemented?
Man, that is a good question.
A lot of calls are being called wrong.
Because of human error.
Yeah.
That's why the review is being implemented. So now let's say, because you've made arguments from a fan standpoint this whole show.
From a fan standpoint.
So now look at it from a fan standpoint. Is your team is losing, and there was a clear path foul, and they call it just a common foul. So you don't get one free throw plus the ball. They just send you to the foul for a 1-and-1 or whatever, right?
Right.
But you know that was a clear path foul. They need to review. As a fan, you want them to go and review.
True. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, you got a point.
Now, I do have an issue since you brought up the review, Freddie G. I do feel that they review a lot of calls and some do get changed, but I still think a lot of times that they get it wrong. You know what I'm saying?
I think that when they get it wrong, here's what we can't see as fans, and this goes for the NFL too. I'm in agreement with you that they get it wrong a lot of times because it's the naked eye. It's what we're seeing with the naked eye. But I think when they're reviewing it, they have the definition that's written in mind.
And keeping that in,
And so when they're reviewing it with it because there are rules and definitions for all of this stuff,
and that's
which
what
the fans don't know.
Exactly.
So I think that they have the definition and rules in mind of what an actual foul is and what happens here and and the rules and the definition can be so complex at times for the fans if you're watching it with the naked eye, or so tedious. I don't know if tedious is the right word, but so detailed.
Right.
To where it's like, damn, nah, y'all got it wrong. Well, by definition, they got it right. We just don't know the definition as a fan.
True that.
And see, I be thinking also that, referees want to stick to the original call, and I don't know if this is an issue or not, but depending on how many games are reviewed, throughout the season, if the league goes back and look at how many referee calls had to be reviewed, and if it was overturned, if the referee is kind of penalized in some type of way.
Well, they do go
or
back.
Evaluate them.
They do in both sports. They do go back. First of all, these referees travel in a team, so you are a group. Hey, you're this referee group, and there's captains or whatever, leads or whatever for this particular referee group. But when they have these meetings on off season, they go and review this stuff, and that's when they come up with trying to make these new rules because of human error.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that I wish that they would change is if a call has been made during the game, going back when the game is over with and saying, "Okay, we made a mistake." That doesn't help anything. That's insult to injury, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I think that should be behind closed doors.
Exactly.
Yeah, they shouldn't have. You should have kept your mouth shut. These last two here, fellas, these are the ones that I really want to talk about. Technical fouls for taunting or your emotions, just emotional things. The guy from the Grizzlies, I know he shoot guns all the time. He got in trouble from Memphis. What was his
I know
name?
you're talking about.
Yeah,
Morant.
Morant.
Ja Morant. He got a T for making a gun after he hit a three. He made a gun gesture, and they gave him a $75,000 fine and a T.
Yeah, I think that I think you should be allowed to talk trash.
Yes,
It's part of the game.
I think you should be allowed to taunt to a certain extent, meaning not get up in somebody's personal space.
right.
I think you should be penalized if you're in somebody's personal space.
Right.
But taunting from a distance and talking trash, I think that's okay, long as it's not racially based or nothing like that.
Yeah,
You know, but I think that's okay because this is what happens when you're a competition, and a lot of times the trash talking come from the competitive spirit.
True, and that's what I'm saying. The game's an emotional game.
It is.
So you got the fans cheering and everybody, and then you probably got all kinds of adrenaline flowing through you, man. So most of the time, it's the adrenaline. You so happy and so crunk, man. I mean, they gotta take that into consideration, man. They
But
just
depending on the athlete's attitude, and they can mark themselves with a fucked up attitude, and unfortunately, because Morant was in the news around that time, displaying guns on social media, I guess the league wanted to make him an example, which is fucked up.
yeah. And then this last one here, flopping. I know I was good for this one.
Oh yeah.
Exaggerating.
They need to get rid of that.
Every NBA player want to be in Hollywood.
I know,
bro.
I know, I did it. Well,
And football.
boy, somebody would hit me, man. You would think you think Mike Tyson didn't got a hold of me or something, man. Y'all be like, man, what is wrong with this boy? Damn, they must be pulling up while I be talking, man. I know. Oh man. All right, y'all. Today, y'all want to take a guess who we kicking off?
Comedian 96.
Nah.
That could be a whole bunch of people.
I know.
Where they from?
If we actually kicking off Switzerland, we kicking off the whole country of Switzerland.
What the hell they doing on the 52 Scott in the front?
Man, we got that many seats.
Yeah, we got that many seats. 52 run all the way to 1 o'clock in the morning, so they can just keep getting on, and they didn't run every 15 minutes. So
Cross country.
nobody can Switzerland, because I can't believe they allowed this to go on. So I don't know if you guys know, but the country of Switzerland. Before I announce this, the 52 Scott podcast we do not accept or like the idea of suicide.
Condone.
We don't condone it. Suicide is not a part of the 52 Scott podcast, period. But the country of Switzerland they are the makers of a suicide pod. That means if you want to go and pass away, they have a pod that you can go to.
And it will pass you away.
Pretty much.
Because that ain't God's timing.
How? What are they using?
Well, it looks like a capsule of some
Is
sort.
it gas?
Is it? I you know what? I don't know. But it looks like it look like a capsule, and you probably go in, you probably inhale some type of gas, probably like sort of like.
So it looks like that capsule is reusable. So could you describe to the audience what that capsule looked like to you?
It looks like a spaceship about to blast off. It's sitting on a platform, and then it has like the bubble, a clear bubble where you could see inside.
Like one of those oxygen chambers Michael Jackson used to sleep in.
Yes, exactly. But it looks like it's about to take off. But this is unacceptable to everybody over here.
So it doesn't mention how it operates.
No, it doesn't. I really don't care, but they gotta get out the bus just for that reason. For that is the show for today. Come back tomorrow for Black Friday. This concludes our show for today, and if you haven't done so already, follow us on X at 52 Scott Podcast. Also IG and Facebook at the 52 Scott Podcast. Also, like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for Black Friday.